The sacred bond. Before a daughter ever takes her first breath, before she even feels the light of this world on her skin, there is already a story written between her and her mother. This story is not written on paper, nor sealed with ink, but inscribed on the soul itself. Many spiritual traditions teach that the soul chooses its journey, and within that choice lies the sacred bond between mother and daughter. It is more than biology, more than family. It is destiny, a divine appointment that reaches beyond the physical and into the eternal. A mother's womb becomes the first home a daughter will ever know. The steady rhythm of the mother's heartbeat is the first music her daughter will ever hear. The warmth of her body becomes the child's shelter, her very breath a lifeline. Long before words are spoken, a connection is formed that does not need language to be understood. This is the silent agreement, the hidden soul contract that unites them before they even meet face to face. But this bond is not simply about nurture, it carries purpose. A mother is not only a giver of life, but also a guide, a mirror, and sometimes a teacher through contrast. And a daughter is not only a child, but also a reflection, a challenger, and often a healer of her mother's deepest wounds. Each plays a role in shaping the other, not by chance, but by a sacred arrangement that existed long before time placed them together. Think about it. There are billions of souls in the world. Yet it is your mother who carried you. It is your daughter who chose to come through you. This is not random. This is not accidental. It is divine design. It is the universe whispering, you belong to each other. For some, this bond feels gentle, filled with warmth and ease. For others, it is a path of challenge, sometimes even pain. But whether soft or difficult, the soul contract remains sacred. Even conflict between a mother and daughter holds meaning. It forces growth. It brings lessons. It awakens truths that could not surface otherwise. It is as if their souls agreed. We will teach each other. We will stretch each other. We will grow together. And within this bond lies an eternal love. No matter the struggles, no matter the misunderstandings, there is always a thread connecting mother and daughter. Sometimes it is stretched, sometimes it feels hidden, but it is never broken. It is written not just in the body, not just in the blood, but in the eternal spirit. So when a daughter enters this world, she does not come as a stranger. She comes as one who has already known her mother's heartbeat, already shared her breath, already signed the unseen contract of love and growth. This is the sacred beginning of the journey between every mother and daughter, a bond that is not chosen by chance, but by the soul itself. Lessons across generations. Every mother is more than herself. She is a living storybook of generations. In her smile, in her silence, in her laughter, and even in her pain, there are echoes of women who came before her. Mothers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers, each carrying both light and burden. When a daughter is born, she inherits not only the love of her mother, but also fragments of these stories. This is part of the hidden contract, the passing down of lessons across time. Some of these lessons are clear, spoken out loud through guidance, advice, or words of encouragement. A mother may say, "Be strong," or "Never give up," because those were the words she once longed to hear. Other lessons, however, are silent. A daughter may learn strength by watching her mother endure hardship without complaint. She may learn resilience by seeing her mother rise after every fall. She may even learn forgiveness by witnessing the quiet way her mother chose peace instead of bitterness. But not all lessons are born of joy. Some are born of pain. A mother's unhealed wounds can pass silently into her daughter's life. If the mother carried fear, the daughter may feel it. If the mother carried unspoken grief, the daughter may sense it in ways she cannot explain. This too is part of the contract. The daughter may be the one chosen to finally break the cycle, to bring healing where generations before could not. She may feel the weight of struggles that are not entirely hers, because her soul agreed to help transform them. This is why mother-daughter relationships are often complex. They are not only bonds of love, but mirrors of the soul. A daughter may challenge her mother, pushing her to grow in ways she never expected. A mother may resist, only to realize later that her daughter was sent as a teacher disguised as a child. And so, lessons flow in both directions. Both are students, both are teachers. When we understand this, the struggles begin to look different. The disagreements are not failures, they are invitations. The disappointments are not punishments, they are lessons waiting to be revealed. Every moment of tension carries a message: grow, heal, awaken. And the beauty of this contract is that it continues through time. A daughter who heals herself also heals her mother. A mother who chooses love over fear also heals her daughter. Together they rewrite the story not just for themselves, but for every generation that will follow. Their bond becomes a bridge, carrying wisdom and strength into the future. So the soul contract is never only about two people. It is about the generations behind them and the generations yet to come. It is about a chain of women connected through time, each handing down a piece of the story until finally one daughter says, "This cycle ends with me. This love continues through me." This is the sacred lesson hidden in the bond between every mother and daughter, that together they are not only living their own lives, but shaping the destiny of all who come after. The mirror of the soul. One of the most profound truths about the relationship between mother and daughter is that they are mirrors to one another. From the moment a daughter opens her eyes, she begins to see herself in her mother. And from the moment a mother looks at her daughter, she begins to see parts of herself reflected back. Sometimes the parts she loves, sometimes the parts she struggles with, and sometimes the parts she has long tried to forget. This reflection is not accidental. It is part of the hidden contract between their souls. A daughter is often a continuation of her mother's story, carrying both her strengths and her unfinished chapters. She may inherit her mother's smile, her determination, or her creativity. She may also inherit her mother's fears, her doubts, or her unspoken wounds. And in this reflection, the daughter becomes both a reminder and a teacher. At times, this reflection brings joy. A mother may see her daughter achieving dreams she never had the chance to chase, and her heart swells with pride. She may see her daughter laugh with a freedom she herself was once denied, and she feels a sense of victory through her child. In these moments, the mirror is radiant, shining with love and hope. But at other times, the reflection is more difficult to face. A daughter may mirror the very habits her mother wished she had broken. She may speak words her mother once regretted saying. She may even walk into struggles her mother silently carried for years. This can bring conflict, tension, even resistance. Yet these challenges are not punishments, they are invitations. They invite both mother and daughter to look deeper, to recognize the patterns, and to find healing together. This is why the mother-daughter bond is often one of the most intense relationships in life. The closeness can be overwhelming, the conflict sharp, but beneath it all lies a truth. They are mirrors guiding each other toward greater awareness. The mother sees her younger self in her daughter, and the daughter sees her future in her mother. Each is learning from the other, whether they realize it or not. The mirror also serves another purpose: transformation. When a daughter notices the pain in her mother's eyes, she may be inspired to choose a different path. When a mother sees her daughter struggling with the same battles she once faced, she may finally find the courage to heal her own wounds. In this way, the reflection becomes a tool for growth. And so, the mirror of the soul is both gentle and fierce. It shows beauty and it shows flaws. It reveals wounds and it reveals strengths. But above all, it reminds mother and daughter that they are not separate stories. They are chapters in the same book. Their reflections are not meant to divide them, but to awaken them. When both begin to honor this mirror, they no longer fear the reflection. Instead, they use it as a guide, a compass pointing toward love, healing, and transformation. That is the hidden wisdom of their soul contract. Healing through conflict. Conflict between mother and daughter is almost inevitable. It is not a sign of weakness in their bond, but rather a sign of its depth. Where there is great love, there is also great power to wound. But within that power also lies the potential for great healing. The hidden contract between every mother and daughter often includes moments of tension, disagreement, even estrangement. Yet beneath the surface of these struggles lies a higher purpose: healing. When mother and daughter clash, it is not simply two personalities colliding. It is often generations of unspoken pain rising to the surface, asking to be acknowledged. A mother may carry the burdens of her childhood, times when she felt unseen, unloved, or unheard. Without realizing it, she may project those wounds onto her daughter. In turn, the daughter may feel the weight of expectations, criticism, or misunderstandings that echo far beyond her own lifetime. The conflict then becomes more than an argument about daily life. It becomes an invitation to release ancestral patterns. In the heat of these moments, it is easy to see only anger, only misunderstanding. Yet the spiritual truth is that conflict holds a mirror up to the soul. It forces both mother and daughter to ask, what am I carrying that is not truly mine? What wound am I ready to heal? Healing does not always arrive in soft ways. Sometimes it comes through raised voices, slammed doors, or long periods of silence. But even in those silent spaces, growth is happening. Distance can give clarity. Time apart can allow both hearts to soften. And when reconciliation comes, it often carries a depth of love that is stronger than before. The key to healing through conflict is not to avoid it, but to see it for what it truly is, a sacred opportunity. Every disagreement carries within it the seed of understanding. Every painful word carries wit, in it the chance to forgive. Every clash has the potential to awaken greater compassion. Sometimes the daughter becomes the healer, by breaking cycles, by choosing kindness where there was once bitterness. She rewrites the family story. Other times the mother becomes the healer, acknowledging her mistakes, opening her heart, and offering her daughter the love she once struggled to give. And often, both heal together, realizing that their battles were never meant to destroy them, but to transform them. It is important to remember that conflict is not failure. It is a doorway. It reveals what is hidden, it uncovers what is unspoken, and it creates the possibility for deep transformation. The strongest relationships are not the ones without struggle, but the ones that rise again after struggle. So when a mother and daughter find themselves in conflict, they can choose to see it not as a curse, but as a blessing. For within the fire of disagreement, there is always the possibility of rebirth. And through that rebirth, love emerges not weaker, but stronger, refined by the very challenges that once threatened to break it. This is the sacred gift of conflict in the mother-daughter contract, the power to turn pain into healing and wounds into wisdom, the gift of unconditional love. At the heart of the mother-daughter bond lies one of life's most sacred treasures, unconditional love. This is not the kind of love that depends on behavior, perfection, or performance. It is not earned, bargained for, or withdrawn when mistakes are made. It is a love that exists simply because the bond exists. It is the love that says, no matter what, you are mine and I am yours. From the moment a daughter rests in her mother's arms, there is a love that transcends words. A mother loves not because her child has done anything to deserve it, but because her very being awakens something eternal within her. This love may change shape over the years. It may be tested by trials, but its root remains unshakable. It is the anchor that holds even when storms arise. For many daughters, this love becomes the foundation on which they build their lives. It is the quiet voice of reassurance that tells them, you are enough, even when the world says otherwise. It is the invisible safety net that gives them the courage to take risks, knowing that no matter how far they fall, there will always be someone waiting with open arms. And for mothers, the unconditional love of a daughter is equally powerful. A daughter often sees her mother in ways no one else does. She sees her strength when others overlook it. She sees her beauty in moments her mother feels invisible. She loves not because her mother is flawless, but because she is hers. This love has the power to heal wounds the world has left behind, to remind a mother of her worth when she forgets. Unconditional love does not mean there are no conflicts or disappointments. It does not mean mother and daughter always understand each other. What it means is that beneath every misunderstanding, beneath every moment of distance, there is still an unbreakable thread of connection. No matter how far apart they drift, love remains the bridge that calls them back. This is the greatest gift of their soul contract, the chance to experience a love that mirrors the divine, a love that is patient, enduring, and forgiving, a love that teaches that worth is not something to be earned, but something that simply is. And here lies a deeper truth. Unconditional love between mother and daughter has a ripple effect. It teaches daughters how to love their own children, their partners, their friends, and most importantly, themselves. It teaches mothers that even if they falter, they are still worthy of being loved. Together, they model a love that is both human and sacred, imperfect yet eternal. So when a daughter feels her mother's embrace, or when a mother hears her daughter's laughter, they are reminded of something holy. This love is not of this world alone. It is a gift from the soul, a reminder that they chose each other long before time began, and that no circumstance, no failure, no distance can ever erase that bond. This is the hidden promise within the mother-daughter connection. Unconditional love, freely given, endlessly enduring, carrying the legacy forward. Every mother and daughter relationship is not just about the present moment. It is a living bridge between the past and the future. Within this sacred bond lies the responsibility and the privilege of carrying forward a legacy. The hidden soul contract between them is not only about love and healing, but also about ensuring that wisdom, resilience, and spiritual growth are passed on to generations yet to come. A daughter does not walk alone. She carries within her the silent prayers of her mother, the struggles of her grandmother, and the strength of countless women before her. When she chooses kindness over bitterness, courage over fear, or forgiveness over anger, she is not just making a choice for herself, she is rewriting the story of her entire lineage. In that moment, she is healing generations past and planting seeds of hope for those who will come after her. Mothers, too, are deeply aware of this sacred responsibility. Their actions, their words, their resilience become the blueprint for their daughters. Whether through stories shared, lessons taught, or even mistakes made, they are passing down a legacy that will shape the future. And when they choose to grow, when they choose to heal, they show their daughters that it is never too late to transform. This legacy is not measured only in material wealth or family traditions. It is measured in strength, in values, in love. It is found in the daughter who remembers her mother's laughter and chooses joy, even in difficulty. It is found in the mother who sees her daughter rise above old patterns and knows that the story has shifted for the better. Carrying the legacy forward also means honoring both light and shadow. Some legacies are filled with pride, resilience, creativity, compassion. Others hold wounds, cycles of silence, fear, or pain. The soul contract often places mother and daughter in the position to decide which legacies to carry and which to release. A daughter may say, "The pain ends with me, but the love continues." A mother may say, "I give you my strength, but I will not give you my fears." Together, they shape a future where love has the final word. And as daughters grow into mothers themselves, the cycle continues. The wisdom of one generation flows into the next like a river, always moving forward, always expanding. Each daughter who becomes a mother adds her own chapter to the story, blending her experiences with the guidance of those who came before her. The bond is never static. It is alive, evolving, and eternal. The true beauty of this hidden contract is that it ensures nothing is lost. Every tear, every joy, every lesson becomes part of the legacy. Even when words are left unspoken, love continues to echo. Even when mothers and daughters part ways in life or in death, the bond remains, shaping the future in unseen ways. So the call is clear. Embrace the gift, honor the bond, and carry the legacy forward. For in doing so, mothers and daughters not only fulfill their sacred contract, but they also become light bearers for generations yet unborn. Their love, their healing, their wisdom becomes a timeless inheritance, a legacy that will never fade. As we reach the close of this journey into the hidden soul contract between every mother and daughter, one truth stands above all. This bond is not an accident of birth, but a sacred design of the soul. It is a connection written before time, carried through generations, and destined to shape not only the lives of mother and daughter, but the legacy of every family line they touch. From the sacred beginnings in the womb to the lifelong journey of lessons and love, mother and daughter are bound together in ways the human mind cannot fully comprehend. They are mirrors reflecting each other's strengths and weaknesses. They are teachers and students, learning through joy and through conflict. They are healers, carrying within them the power to break cycles of pain and to release stories of struggle, transforming them into stories of strength. Yes, their path is not always smooth. It is filled with challenges, disagreements, and sometimes even deep silences. Yet those very struggles are part of the divine arrangement. They are not barriers to love, but gateways to deeper understanding. Through conflict, both mother and daughter discover wounds that need healing. Through healing, they uncover love that is unshakable. At the core of their connection lies unconditional love, a love that cannot be broken by distance, time, or even death. It is the thread that holds them together, no matter how tangled the journey may seem. It is the reminder that, beyond all imperfections, they chose each other. And in that choice lies a promise. I will walk with you, I will grow with you, and I will love you across lifetimes. This love does not end with them. It becomes the legacy they carry forward. Each act of compassion, each lesson learned, each cycle healed becomes a gift to future generations. A daughter who learns to rise above her fears gives her children the gift of courage. A mother who chooses healing gives her daughter the permission to live free of burdens she never asked to carry. Together, they rewrite history, not with ink, but with love. So if you are a daughter listening to this, remember, your mother is not just your parent. She is your soul's partner in growth. And if you are a mother listening, remember, your daughter is not just your child. She is your mirror, your teacher, and your legacy. Whether your bond feels tender or strained, gentle or fiery, it is sacred. It is purposeful. It is eternal. The hidden soul contract between every mother and daughter is not about perfection. It is about awakening. It is about learning, healing, and carrying forward a love that is bigger than both of you. So honor it, cherish it, embrace it. For in the end, this bond is one of the most profound spiritual gifts life will ever give you.